Hello guys, in this video I'm gonna do some backtesting for you guys, but also to see how the future looks like for Bitcoin. So if you see here on the three month chart, Bitcoin is still holding up pretty good, and Bitcoin is constantly making higher highs and higher lows, and we're holding up very nicely on the structure, as you guys can see. And the current action, Bitcoin has actually paused on the 20 EMA right here. So the structure on the three month looks very bullish. And if we jump down to the monthly, Bitcoin has actually paused now on the 50 EMA. And the structure is still holding up very nicely. We have broken down once, but this is probably for the purpose of reaccumulating orders in order for big players to get behind this market. And the interesting part here is to see if Bitcoin actually holds up on the 50 EMA and continues to go up now. So the interesting points here would be for Bitcoin to get at least above like 95k, 96k, and if Bitcoin reaches above that, I will be waiting for my setup to occur and execute my system. But what I would like to see now is for Bitcoin to go a little bit more sideways, basically for the 50 to, or for the price to catch, for the 50 to catch the price and then go up. And on the, let's say, 3-day, Bitcoin is looking quite bearish, as you guys can see. Has broken down plenty of times and is surfing the EMA slower and continuing to do so. So if you are a 3-day or lower time frame trader, you should definitely be short, I think. And this is not a financial advice by any sort, but yeah. So let's continue this video by backtesting. So I will backtest Bitcoin on a lower time frame, as I have done in my previous videos, and the times I will be using is 10 hour, hourly, 6 minute and a 1 minute. So 10 hour and 1 hour I use as a context, and 6 minute validation and 1 minute as an entry. So let's check the 10 hour first. And as you guys can see, 10 hour has recently started to trade higher up from this huge sell-off right here. But I think we're quite deeply in this area, so what I would wait for right here is for price to get at least above this area right here. Yeah. So something along like this. I think the price here has potential to make a move if we get above this area right here. So let's see, so the area I'm talking about is kind of this area right there, just like this. So let's jump down to 6 minute and wait for good momentum to the upside. Nothing real for me, this is quite choppy, so I will simply skip this action. Alright. I think this is quite good. I was a little bit too fast there, as you guys saw. But we actually had an opportunity right here, inside of this area right here. So this buy stop is perfectly fine. And I'm also gonna apply a little bit of a different risk management system today. Basically, instead of taking a full close at 1-5, I will let the trade run, and I will show you exactly the risk management when we get into a trade. I think this is quite deep, but I think this still has potential because of like basically the structure. So now this is way too deep, so I will simply skip this action and wait for price to get above the EMAs and start this momentum basis. this has potential. So I'll step down on a 6 minute right here, draw my supply line. Still think this is perfectly valid. Waiting for momentum now. I think this is quite good. It's pretty illiquid, as you guys can see, but I still think if we get, let's see, kind of above this area right here, yeah, so that is perfectly fine. I would simply just throw a buy stop at this point right here, protect under this low. Try my buy stop right there. See if we get tapped in. Still think, okay, so we just cancel this order. We took out the low, but this can still set up. Let's see. All right, I think this is very good. The selling here is very slow and steady, which tells me that someone is buying up all these sell orders for this market to continue higher up. So let's do this, and I have our buy stop right there. Let's see if we get tapped in. We get tapped in, and 1-to-1 is of course our break-even point. So this is, does this hit break-even? So our buy stop will be there, which simply means that yes, we hit the break-even. So we close that position right there, and do like that. So if we can pause here, let's delete all that. I think this is quite, I think this is good. Yeah, I will simply just take this buy stop right there, throw my stop under this low right there. Have my stop set, just like that. 1-to-1, we just right there, so we drag our sell to these points right there and confirm, and now we're in the trade. So this is break even as well. This area has still potential, but we need to get above this area first. I think this is quite fine. So what I would like to see here is for price to get above these points right there. So let's see if price can get above these points right there. Something like that. So this stop will be a little bit smaller, just like that. Let's see if we get tapped in. We get tapped in and instantly tapped out. Perfect. So let's record that, -1. I still think that this area has potential. So I will simply just throw another buy stop at this point right here. A little bit above this point right there. Wait to get tapped in. So we get tapped in. Let's see if this reaches 1-to-1. It does. It actually gaps up, I see now. So let's jump a little bit lower to see if it can go. I would probably not be in this trade because it gaps up. The gap up is very tiny, but still it would mean that I would need to do something like this. It would simply be too big for me, so I just cancel it. I think this is pretty good. So if we get above this area a little bit more, something like this is fine. So simply just throw a buy stop right there. And my stop right there. let's see if we get tapped in. We get tapped in. I'll sell this here. And tapped out. Perfect. Still has potential in this area. Let's check the 6 minute. Gets quite weak, I think. So yeah, let's just check the hourly. I don't really see anything right here. So I might just wait for a pause here. Something like this. Still looks good. Wait for new momentum to come in. Something like this. This looks very good. So I will absolutely buy stop this area right here. I might buy stop set right there. Let's see if we get tapped in. We don't, so we cancel this because it took out the low. So let's wait for if it wants to get above the EMAs right here. Okay, so set a buy stop right there. I like this very much, this setup. So this reaches 1-to-1, as you guys can see. So this is at break even. So let's confirm that. And now we are in the trade with no risk on the table. So break even. This area still looks fine. So if we can get above these, it would be perfect. Just like that. We would simply just throw a buy stop right there. Target somewhere here. Let's see if we get tapped in. So we get tapped in and tapped out. Perfect. So that's a -1. I still think this looks perfectly fine. I will give area 3 chances. But let's see if it sets up. I will wait for one more candle. Alright, so it doesn't set up. So let's wait for new momentum. Something like this is very good. Let's check the 1 minute here. I will wait for a flush to the 50 MA. Let's see if we get that. We get it here. So I want to see the price to get about these points right here. Just like that. So we would have gotten tapped in already. We would buy stop that. Something like this. We would get tapped in right there. Let's drag our sell. Where is our 1-to-1? Just there. Reaches 1-to-1, so drag our sell to these points right here. And it's actually a break even. So let's continue. I think this, let's see, is getting quite wicky, I think. I will simply skip this area. skipping all of this as well. Waiting for new momentum. Let me check on the hourly here. It still looks good. It's very weak here. It's hard for me to trade something like this. Okay, so this whole area is getting kind of like choppy. So what I will do right here is just draw my supply line just like that, and wait for price to get above that. Perfect. Let's check the hourly. Yeah. So now we just wait for price to basically get above the EMAs. Flushes down very heavily, but pauses right here, as you guys can see. It's a little bit weak, I think. So let's wait for a pause here. Something like that. If we pause here, I think this is good, but never comes to the 50 EMA. Price just keeps going without us. That is perfectly fine. I'm only here to execute my system and what I know. So I think this area is totally fine. Kind of have the supply line just like that. Let's check the 1 minute here. I think this is fine. Just buy stop this. Throw your buy stop at this point right here. Wait to get tapped in. Just cancel this. If we go up now, we have still potential in this area. A little bit more I would like to see. Alright, nothing really. Let me check the 1 minute here. So you actually have like kind of this area right here. Sure, why not? I will get this. I will get risk behind this. So let's set up a buy stop. Above these points right there. Our 1-to-1 is right there. Let's wait to get tapped in. Gets tapped in. Let's drag our sell to these points right there. So our sell is now at these points right there. Let's confirm it. It gets tapped out for a break even. A lot of break evens now. But that's good. I'm just waiting for my system to play off. Huge momentum, but sells down immediately. Getting kind of choppy in this area. So let me just do like this. Let's check the hourly here. Still looks fine. Let's see if we can get about that area right there. Just like that. Let's see if new momentum can come in. Kind of had this area right there. Let's see if another opportunity. Nope. Check the hourly. still looks fine. Just like that. I think this looks fine. Check the 1 minute here. And an entry above this area is totally fine. Let's see. So let's see if we get tapped in. If we get tapped in, wait for our 1-to-1. And we get tapped out. Perfect for a -1. This area still looks fine. I would throw a buy stop at this point right here. I will cancel this. Still looks fine. Let's see if we can get above this area though. Alright, so nothing for me to do. Sells off very nicely. So if it would be a 6-minute trader, you can even like place a buy stop right there. And that would be perfectly fine. But I'm gonna wait for a pause here, just like that. And buy stop whenever price gets above this area right there. So reaches up super high. So simply I skip this but if we pause, however, I will take this. Let's see if we pause actually, so I'm gonna take this. Let's see. But the thing is that let's cancel it. Can still set up, I think. Okay, no, not anymore. Okay, so new momentum comes in. I need this area, so I'm gonna wait for a pause. Let's see how it looks. It looks fine, I think. So my buy stop would be this area right there. So let's see if we get tapped in. Doesn't get tapped in, so we cancel it. But check the 6-minute. It has actually gotten quite choppy here, I think. So if we can get new momentum, something like this, huge momentum comes in. Let's see a pause now. If we does that, okay, so we're actually pausing, but I don't know how clear this pause is. All right, so we actually have this. I think this is quite good. So I would simply just throw a buy stop right there. Wait to get tapped in. Still looks fine. I will cancel this. So the question is if this gets too sharp. So let's check the 6-minute here. We're kind of going like sideways, as you guys can see. Very wicky. That means that the possibility of us getting wicked out is quite high. We ain't really moving nowhere, so basically price is just going sideways. So I will skip this area. This area is kinda, yeah, I will simply skip it and wait for new action. This, however, is much more nice. Throw my buy stop just at that point right there. Just like that. Wait to get tapped in. Doesn't get tapped in. We cancel that order. So let's see if we can pause here. So come back to the 50 MA. Just like that, but let's see. Price needs to go up now, okay. So I will throw a buy stop at this point right here. Target 1-to-1. Wait to get tapped in. takes out the low, so nothing for us to do. Nothing really in this area. Quite a nice pause, but I'll wait for better momentum. Kind of weak. Let's check the hourly here. Alright, so this is much better, I think. We were a little bit too fast there. So I actually see this buy stop right here at this area right there. So let's check how many units. 76. And the buy stop is a little bit above that. Perfect. Let's see if we get tapped in. We actually get tapped in. Throw our buy sell right there. Confirm. Where is our 1-to-1? Right there. And tapped out. Perfect. So we get tapped up, tapped out, and there is actually an opportunity right here. And I am happy to throw just a buy stop at this point right there and target under this low right there. Just like that. So what I will do here is actually, this is in profit now, of course, but what I will do here, because of risk management, that I will cancel this, the profit were not much, and set a new buy stop at this point right there, because now we have a better low to protect ourselves, and with this smaller stop loss we actually get a better risk to reward. So I am happy to do that change in this position. Just the buy stop there. So we get tapped in. Let's see if it reaches 1-to-1. Reaches 1-to-1. Perfect. So our sell is at break even. So I will throw my sell under this low right there. So under this candle low right there. Doesn't tap us out. So I will throw my sell at this low right there. Sell at this low right there. And continuing to trail under each candle low. Where is my... and taps us out. Close your whole position. Taps us out right here at plus 8.5. I will end this video right now, but as you guys can see, doesn't matter how many losses or break-evens you take. If you let your winners run, they will be much more bigger than your tiny little losses, right? So the result of this backtesting was how many losses? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 plus 8.5. So that means that plus 3.5 after all of this action right here. So thank you guys for watching, and I see you in the next video. Bye bye.